Hey, welcome to video number 3 of the CPCU 520 video series. This is Jake. I am presenting to you today on the CPCU 520 exam format, and this is presented by AssociatePI.com. We're an independent organization, not affiliated with the institutes or the CPCU designation. We're just an independent group. I'm a CPCU myself. I passed my 520 exam, and I'm going to help you pass yours. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, this is video number 3. If you want to check out the other videos of the CPCU 520 video series, you can see them at AssociatePI.com/videos. All right, so getting into the 520 exam format. So, like the other CPCU exams, it's all multiple choice. This exam is 75 questions long. I think it's the second shortest CPCU exam. The CPCU 500 is shorter. That one's only 60 questions. This one's only 75. And they're broken up into two sections. Part A is usually around 49 to 50 concept questions. Those are going to be based on definitions. And section B, part B, is usually around 25 to 26 case questions. Those are scenario questions that put you in the shoes of an insurance professional, where you have to answer a question in regards to a real-life scenario. All right, so let's look at a couple. So now we're going to get into the difference between Part A and Part B, so we can show you about what to expect from this exam in this exam format. So the concept questions, as I mentioned, there's going to be about 49 or 50 of those on your exam. Those are going to be, as it sounds, based on a concept or a definition. So it's going to test your understanding about a definition. So the tricky thing about these is, since it's a multiple choice exam, the exam will try to trick you. You'll have 4 multiple choice options. Oftentimes, it'll give you 2 or 3 partially correct answers and 1 best answer. You have to choose the best answer. So here's an example of a question that you might see from Part A of your exam. It says, which of the following is a device installed into the insured's car to monitor driving behavior? So there you go. Pretty simple question. It's just asking, straightforward. You just have to understand what device is installed into the insured's car. In this case, it would be a telematics device. So you'd have to know that, straightforward definition, concept question, and that's probably what you will see in Part A of this exam. Looking at the case questions, so these are the scenario-based questions. As I mentioned, there's going to be about 25 to 26 of these on your exam. In Part B, these are a lot more tricky. These put you in the shoes of an insurance professional. You have to select the best course of action for a scenario. So you really have to understand the concepts for this type of question. Not only do you have to know the definition, but you have to know how to apply it to a real-life scenario. So you have to analyze this question and determine the best answer given the scenario. So let's look at an example. Here's an example. You can see it's a big question. You'll see a lot of them like this, where it gives you some person's name and some real-life case. So in this one, it says, Bill, a claims representative for DNY Insurance Company, has been assigned a claim for a policyholder that was involved in an auto accident. Bill determined that the loss is covered according to the policy contract. He estimated that the loss will cost under $20,000. He contacted the policyholder to discuss the claims process and then analyze the photos of the accident scene and the witness statements. So now the question is, what is the next step for Bill in the claims process? So it'll give you a lot of information there. You have to look at everything that I just listed, that he determined the loss, blah, 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 and figure out where is Bill in the claims process now. So the first thing you have to know, what is the claims process? Second thing you have to know, what are the steps of the claims process? Then you have to analyze this question, this real life scenario, and figure out what has Bill already done and what is the next step for Bill in the claims process. And you can see there's 4 answer options here. So you can see how tricky these questions are, because there's a lot that you have to know. You not only have to know the definition and the steps of the claim process, but you then have to analyze this real life scenario and apply the definition to the scenario to figure out where in the process is Bill. So that's a good example that you might see from Part B. They're tough, so you're going to see a couple of questions like this where you're in a real life scenario. Very difficult. These are very tricky questions, so make sure you study for those. So that's it. Kind of wrapping up on the exam question format here. Just to reiterate that you have to fully understand every aspect of every topic. So highly recommend our 3 tips. We highly recommend that you understand all the main topics. You have to know how to apply your knowledge, so memorize those definitions and know how to apply them in a real life scenario. You will not be simply repeating a definition. And more once again, these questions are formatted in a very difficult manner. They're different than what you might see in high school or college. They're different type of exam questions. So you're not going to pass your exam by simply memorizing a definition. You have to be able to not only know the definition, but apply your knowledge. So make sure you study and really grasp the concepts. And that wraps up video number 3 of our CPCU 520 video series. Again, if you want to download a free practice exam for the 520 and see some more of these questions that I just provided you from Part A and Part B and see how they are going to be formatted, head over to AssociatePI.com/practice exam. And if you want to read more about this exam, you can go over to AssociatePI.com/CPCU 520. And that's it for video number 3. In the next video, we're going to go over a practice exam. We're going to give you a couple practice exam questions, give you the correct answer, and tell you how we approached and solved them, and explain the correct answer. So if you want to see the next video, you can go over to AssociatePI.com/videos. And that's it. We'll see you on the next video.